Hey beautiful souls, welcome to the Spiritual Social. I'm Lexi. I'll be your guide for today in this general tarot collective twin flame energy check-in. Wow, that's a mouthful. I like to do these check-ins maybe once a week when I'm really feeling the energy, but most likely once a month. Especially useful, I find these readings for those of you who find themselves in a higher order spiritual connection, who are trying to manifest a pure-hearted soulmate, who want the love of their lifetime, and who find themselves entangled in runner-chaser dynamics and would like some guidance at this point in time. So for you, my loves, I have created this reading. I hope you'll enjoy it. I'm going to look at the energies of the Divine Masculine, then explore where the Divine Feminine is at, and then I will look at the energy of the entire relationship and potential outcomes, and also some guidance from Ascended Masters and Archangel Michael, under whose protection I am working. Okay, without further ado, I thank you kindly for being here. Remember to subscribe and comment below. Tell me your story. Also, like this video if you enjoy the messages. Good, so let's begin. First of all, let's see, where is the Divine Masculine at? Okay, so we see here with Loki, he's in a very playful energy. He's having fun. He's maybe spending a lot of time with friends, going outdoors, socializing. He may be investing in all sorts of risky financial endeavors. He's experimental. He's trying out different things. He's in that kind of Dexter's laboratory, oh, what does this button do kind of vibe. He's just very playful. He likes to laugh. He may be laughing a lot in this period. He could be going outdoors, meeting friends, going to events, especially if he lives in the Northern Hemisphere. It's summertime. And even in the Southern Hemisphere, with autumn approaching, I'm sure that there will be a lot of events that he is able to receive invitations to, or just, you know, he's in a very sociable kind of vibe, very light-hearted energy, but also a little bit playerish, a little bit of a trickster, a little bit of a hit and miss, hot and cold, come and go. Very Mercury-like, Gemini vibe. I see that he's doing some good for the community. He may be supporting some LGBTQ friends. He may be politically canvassing. It could be that he is engaged in some sort of debates. I also see that he's kind of changing his perceptions and his views, because we have here the butterfly. Maybe it is that by helping people that are different than him, by becoming an ally to those who are less fortunate or those who are persecuted in society, people who are marginalized, I think that he is learning from these experiences and he's checking his own privileges. I think that he's having a lot of fruitful conversations. He's learning, he's exchanging facts and information, and his group of friends or workmates or family are really supportive of him at this time. Okay, I also see here, oh, he really wants to chat. He's super communicative in this period, very verbal. He may be reading up on a lot of interesting new things. Maybe he's doing some sort of research, either for work, for study, or just for fun. You know, he could be going down these deep research rabbit holes. I feel that he's really like walking around with books in his bag, maybe checking charts, maybe looking over all sorts of materials, putting together facts, writing a report, preparing a dissertation, maybe even writing an essay. He could be getting ready to submit some paperwork in order to pass an examination, retake an exam, get a certificate, sign up for further education, training, a lot of verbal, written communication. I feel that he's very much in a listener mode as well. So it's kind of like he enjoys listening to the wisdom of other people that are more experienced than him, or people sharing some shocking things with him. He goes to parties, he goes to events, he asks a lot of questions, he shakes hands with a lot of people. I'm getting very flustered. He's very excited at the moment. I don't know why, but being close to people, exchanging facts, gets him really excited. It's like he feels that he's beginning to belong in the world again. It feels like he's repairing his broken mental health after a period of isolation and challenges. Now he's out in the world is safe, he's talking to a lot of people, he feels like he's starting to belong in the world again. Very beautiful energy with the storyteller here, my favorite, to be honest. Let's see, what else? I have here heart's ease, compassion. Tread a little more tenderly. Oh, this is such a good indicator of emotional growth. He's learning how to be kinder to other people and to himself. He's no longer putting so much pressure on himself. He's easing his heart. Yeah, there is this flow of good energy, gentle, peaceful, positive energy coming from him. It's like you see him and you want to shake his hand, you want to give him a high five, you want to hug him. There's just this, like affectionate energy about him. He's no longer working himself out to death. He's no longer distracting himself from his pain by going into all sorts of weird one-night stands or illicit affairs. He's not drinking or taking drugs to escape. He's not overworking himself. He's just doing the bare minimum, like eating okay, sleeping well, going out and socializing, not really spending so much time in front of the computer. There's just a very balanced, peaceful vibe from him. I think he realized that these are in moderation, focusing on simple things, these are things that are good for his heart. And then we also see here guidance. Find safety in your beacon's light. Exactly. He's looking to other men, older men, more experienced men, but I'm also getting women as well, and anybody in between. He's talking to people about experiences. Like he wants to hear stories about how did you manage to overcome this? How did you start your own business? How did you get over heartbreak? You know, he's very curious and he's asking very different people as often as he can these questions so that he can come up with certain answers. It's almost like he's doing interviews, sociological research, qualitative interviews, to try to assess a wide enough sample so he can draw conclusions. This is what resilience really is. This is what being a wise person really is. This is how you live a good, wholehearted life. Yeah? So he's seeking guidance and he's able to also provide guidance to those who come to him for advice. Wow, what a lovely energy. Let me see if I can spread the cards like this so you get to also see them. Now, you guys mentioned that in a previous reading I forgot the direct messages, and here they are. This is what the Divine Masculine would like to say to the Divine Feminine at this point in time. People don't believe me. Although he's talking to a lot of them, it's like people don't believe him. I feel lonely. Oh. And then we also have here drugs and alcohol. Oh my goodness. So maybe I was a bit too eager to say that he's not using drugs and alcohol to escape. I think that he may be surrounded by a lot of drugs and alcohol as he attends events. But I kind of not getting the feeling that he is like imbibing or consuming to escape from this very self-destructive point of view. Like, sure, he may have a glass of wine, a beer or two. He may smoke some pot, maybe, if other people are doing it. But he's doing it in order to sit and listen to the people that he's asking questions from. So it's kind of like he meets a person at a party, he has a glass of wine or whatever the other person is consuming, and while he is asking questions, the other person is opening up under the influence of these things, and he's just listening and taking mental notes related to that thing that interests him, which is life experience. Yeah, he's seeking guidance. Now, I also feel that because he's not together with his Divine Feminine yet, he does feel a certain amount of loneliness when he is surrounded by people. As you know, if you're not together with your counterpart, if you're not surrounded by loved ones, no amount of friendly people in the world can make you feel at home, can make you feel like you belong. Sure, temporarily, your loneliness and solitude are compensated for, they are eased, but nothing can replace spending time with a loved one. Yeah, so he has a little bit of this sadness still lingering in his heart. Now let's see what the Divine Feminine is doing. Oh, the The Divine Feminine is kind of falling apart at the moment. I see that she's struggling under the influence of a lot of illusions. There's a certain amount of fear that she's having to scoop up and kind of cope with. I think that there are ego moments that come over her and she doesn't even understand where do they come from. She may be waking up in the morning with a lot of fear and she's having to do a lot of emotional and spiritual work to calm down her ego, because usually fear and anxiety appear when the conscious part of ourselves, our ego, our conscious identity, is trying to stifle the subconscious. It's trying to put down the emotions that the subconscious is trying to bring up to the surface. The ego interferes, anxiety is created, and anxiety is like a secondary byproduct of us not being able to feel our deep primary feelings. The subconscious wakes us up. It tells us you feel angry, you feel hurt, you feel incredibly horny or aroused. And then the ego, our conscious mind, as we wake up, interferes and kind of clenches the subconscious and says, you will not feel your feelings, you will feel just anxiety. A general sense, as I'm trying to repress that intense feeling, that is your primary goal. So I feel like the Divine Feminine is becoming aware of these inner dynamics. She's trying to break free from the illusions. She knows she's a person of good worth, but maybe she wakes up to a reality in which everybody keeps telling her otherwise. She knows she is strong, but maybe other people make her feel weak. She knows that what is happening around her is a Saturnian illusion. It's ego, it's defenses, it's walls. It's not real. It's kind of like a fog that she has to work with every day. And she's doing the good job, because I have a feeling that she's rising in her spirituality by doing this daily effort. What else is she feeling? We have here fulfillment. On a deep level, she knows she is going to be together with her beloved. The peach is a symbol of fertility. We have here the full moon breaking through this really dense, polluted cloud. So she knows that on the other side of the fog, the illusion, the anxiety, the fear, the ego defenses, she knows that her heart will be eventually happy. She knows that she will have a child. She knows that she will begin her own family and reach fulfillment. And she knows that whatever she's going through at the moment, it's temporary, right? She has dates penciled into her calendar. She's looking out for astrological transits. She's doing her mantras, she's saying her affirmations, she's praying each day for strength and support from the divine. I also feel like the Divine Feminine is very comfortable with her body and her curves. If she put on a little bit of weight, she finds that she looks very hot, very juicy, just like a ripe peach. I also see here that she's in the energy of a pioneer. Oh, and that's why she's coping with so much anxiety. She's at the beginning of a bold new chapter in her life, an opportunity from the past to do something that she really wants to do, something that she loves appeared. And she's going to have to make some changes around. She may need to quit a job in order to begin the job that she really wants to do. She could get some sort of indication that further training is available to her. She may get a grant to study at the university of her dreams or to do some sort of professional formation. The path is opening up in front of her after a period of not knowing where to go, not knowing what her purpose is anymore. But she needs to have a lot of confidence and she needs to be well prepared in order to make it to the other side and really take this opportunity on. So thereby she has a lot of performance anxiety. Will I make it? Will I genuinely be granted this opportunity? Will people like me? Will I pass my exam? Will I enter into that group of successful people I want to be part of? Will I be able to successfully work in a new environment? Will I get that bigger income? Will I receive that grant? Will I be able to travel? Will I integrate myself into this new country, into this new environment, into this new place I'm moving into? So she has beginner's anxiety, performance anxiety as well, but also a lot of excitement for this bold new beginning that she has been granted. Now, in terms of the tiny cards, we have here the energy of the zinnia, absence. What is not here is the key. And we also have Take the helm, okay. Be in control of your own ship. Wow, okay, so she's coping really well with the absence of the divine masculine at the moment. It's almost like she's saying, thank God that he's not with me, because I wouldn't be able to give him all the attention and love that he needs, as I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed preparing this new beginning, this new chapter of my life. But she feels him in her heart. She falls asleep and she feels that he is right there embracing her as they fall asleep. Whenever she's overwhelmed by fear, she thinks of him and she naturally relaxes. Her muscles unclench. She is able to take a deep breath in. She is very much in this Emperor's energy. I'm very curious what the tarot cards will say, but I can already see that she's desperately trying to take control of her life again after a period in which she was a dancer in the dark. Maybe even a dark night of the soul, like not really knowing where to go, just getting by. She's starting to live again and not just to exist. And it's a gorgeous energy of getting her proverbial shiz together. Okay. What would the divine feminine like to say to the divine masculine? I'm afraid to lose you. And this is connected very beautifully with the absence energy, yeah? I know that I am okay even without you, but I'm afraid to lose you. I wish that you were by my side. I wish that you were physically here, yeah? I wish I could be fully honest with you. At the moment, she feels like she doesn't have space, mental space, emotional space to tell him everything she can. I can't promise you anything. And this is exactly because she's at the beginning of this bold new chapter. All of her energies are channeled and consumed by this professional manifestation. She's ambitious, she's in control, she needs to have a lot of confidence in herself in order to pass through the gate of this bold new beginning. It's almost like there is a guardian at the threshold in the shape of an examination committee, or a board of assessment, or a group of people that are preparing her for an interview. Or she may be on the threshold of an operation. It could be as well that there are some relatives that are ready to give her something, but it's time sensitive. And she is kind of like channeling all these energies into the moment when she will finally be able to pass this threshold, pay her dues to the guardian, and then finally she can relax into a more romantic state of mind. Let's see if I can move the camera a little bit. There we go, so you can see the cards. Now, having looked at the energies of the divine masculine and the divine feminine, I see that overall the divine masculine seems to be a little bit more lighthearted and relaxed in this period, while the divine feminine is coping with a lot of anxiety, but she's handling herself really well. So congratulations, divine feminines. If you identify with what I've just said, you're doing wonderful. Keep at it, okay? Don't give up, persevere. And don't worry about your divine masculine, because he's growing, he's learning, he's in this beautiful storyteller energy, and you are in this pioneer, carving a new path through the jungle with your cutlass, while he is more like relaxing on on pillows or whatever, you know, talking to people at parties, going to events. But you both need to have these energies in your lives at the moment, because you both were in very different energies a while ago. Now, in terms of the energy of the entire relationship, this is what I see for you. Oh, exactly, growth. You are both growing. And even though you're growing in different ways, you are still together, wrapped up by this energy of your love, kept in this beautiful jar like two mushrooms growing from the same ground. So don't worry, growth is happening. In terms of the tarot cards, we have here the Hierophant blocked, which tells me that, I've just unblocked it for you guys, but this tells me that now it's not the time for your coupling. You will be together. The Hierophant guarantees a perfect spiritual marriage. You have what it takes to reach that point. There is so much love between the two of you. Yeah, you see it here, sheltered and protected. But not yet. At the moment, you guys need to experiment. You have other things to focus on. I also see here the Six of Crosses. And crosses energy to me is, again, something that is being sanctified. 6 is the number of Venus. Your love is sanctified. Your love is blessed. I also see the Two of Masks. There are still so many things to work with. Both of your ascendants are attracting a lot of opportunities at the moment. For the Divine Feminine, professional and study related. For the Divine Masculine, social and relationship wise. The Wheel of Fortune is blocked. At the moment, I don't feel like there will be a chance for you two to come together physically. Reunion is a little bit delayed as you're dealing with so many other opportunities. But the Wheel of Fortune blocked is still a very good lucky card. It will unblock itself and fortune will favor you both. But it's just that the romantic connection is on pause. Your love life is temporarily on hold. And it's good because it means that you have energy to dedicate to other important areas of your life. And then we have the Knight of Crosses blocked, which gets me to think that communication at the moment may be a little bit stalled. There may be a block in you being able to telepathically share messages with each other. If you're creating rituals, if you're trying to connect with your Divine Masculine or Divine Feminine, if you're trying to channel and you're not getting through, that's because the line is occupied. And it's meant to be occupied. As I said, you both have other things to focus on, but you're still remaining connected. It's kind of like remaining connected through the chaos of opportunities. I think this is what I'm going to title this reading, because it's like you have a red thread connecting you both, but at the same time, the line is temporarily jammed. You're being put on hold by the receptionist, the divine receptionist, because you have beautiful things and beautiful ways to grow into in different areas. Now, the spiritual masters advise the following things. First of all, Goddess Diana is letting you know that this is a period in which you both are working on blissful interdependence. You're learning that you have to achieve some of your personal goals first before you are able to come into union and share the bounty of your hard work together. You will have so much to talk to and catch up on and share with your divine counterpart when you meet them after this period of intense growth. So be thankful for the harvest. Goddess Diana is here to help you enjoy your independence at the moment because it's temporary. At some point you guys will come together, so try to enjoy your alone time as much as you can at the moment. Achieve what you can, because as I said, it's temporary. And when you guys will come together, you will not have the space and the time to achieve the goals that you are meant to achieve at the moment. So use this time wisely. And the focused intention message is, think about what you desire, set your sights high, expect the best possible outcome. Managing your optimism in a world that wants to tell you that it's all falling apart, it's the big challenge. Keep believing in yourself, keep achieving what you can, what is under your control, and allow God to take care of the rest. And speaking of God, the advice from the Archangel Michael Oracle is, focus upon divine and perfect health. God and Archangel Michael, thank you for continuously reminding me to focus upon perfect health and for guiding my actions so that they support my well-being. It's a good period to focus on your health, to do treatments, to undergo operations, to take really good care of your supplement intake, to make sure that you're eating properly, sleeping well, staying hydrated, working out. Be gentle with yourself and don't try to do too much, but at the same time it's good to make sure that all of your results and blood work and blood testing are in order and that you are able to somehow sustain yourself. Again, this is preparation for the moment when you guys will come into union. And I have a feeling that the next reading, in which I'll do a twin flame energy check-in, is going to tell us more about when you guys will come together, how that moment will be. For the time being, good luck, Divine Feminine, overcoming this anxiety. Show her who's boss and enjoy your socializing, enjoy your growth, enjoy gathering information, Divine Masculine. You are both growing tremendously, and it's really important to focus on your intentions at the moment. Trust that you still feel connected to each other, even if you are intensely focused on achieving other things. Your love never dies. And on that note, thank you kindly for listening. I hope this helped you. I hope it calmed you down. I hope it will help you manifest. Stay positive and focused. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.